Sinisteve.
Hey YouTube, Sinisteve back with another video, and today I've got another Amiga pickups video. Now, there's some games in here that I've been after for ages, so I'm just going to crack straight on with it. First one being this one in the background. Now, you'd think the original Kickoff would be sort of quite easy to get hold of, and it's not particularly rare or anything, but to get it in all right condition, which this is, it's not by all means not a minter or anything, but it's usually crushed like anything. Really fragile box, so I was quite happy to get that. I think it was actually on Facebook Marketplace of all places. I think the guy had 4 games, and I think they were like $5 each, so it weren't far from me, so I just went down and got that. Yeah, really happy. At least then I'm not sort of risking it getting damaged in the post. So obviously people know me, I'm more of a Sensible World of Soccer fan, but I've got time for a bit of Kickoff, and let's give it a go anyway. I'll play a bit of penalties or something. And so I just never really get the mechanic of sort of holding the button in to accept the ball and letting go to pass it. It's a really tough game, I think. But I don't mind a bit of penalties, and this won't take long either. Although I say I don't mind penalties, it's actually quite hard. Obviously you've got the little arrow, but it doesn't take it straight away, so you've got to sort of judge it. I usually go to the middle of the keeper and then it will go to the side. And also I've noticed the longer you hold the finger on, the higher it goes as well, so it's really just a flick. Unless, again, anyone that knows their Kickoff, if I'm doing anything wrong, you let me know. Let's see if I can get all 5. Oh, I'm not. That's a great save. Probably my best penalty. Saved. See, you wouldn't get that on Swaz, would you? Let the keeper diving that far. What is that about? Swaz is the much better game. Oh, great penalty. Right, 4 out of 5. I'll take that all day. I suppose something I will say, actually, that's better than Sensible World of Soccer, is that on Sensible World of Soccer you never control your keeper. At least on penalties you do on here. Well, I've already guaranteed a draw at least. Just need to save one of the last 2. Oh, straight at me, I should have stayed there. Oh, pressure's on. Ah! That's a good penalty, to be fair. Is that it? Is it going to go? Yeah, I thought it's just practice, so don't have to go into any sudden death. But anyway, yes, that's Kickoff. Quite happy with that. I've got loads to get through here. I don't know why I'm dawdling on it. Next little bundle was this was another Facebook Marketplace bundle actually. It was an Amiga 500 Plus. The guy was just giving it away. Obviously, usually when you see free, it usually says offers underneath, and it was an Amiga 500 Plus that was faulty, and it had a spare drive with it. It had loads of floppies, and it had these are the 4 games I'm keeping out of it. I ended up giving him a little bit of money because when I inquired and he said it was free, I was like, nah, it's worth something. So I think I gave him like 20 quid for it, which it's a bargain. Obviously, I'm going to try and get the 500 Plus fixed. But anyway, these are the 4 games now. This, I'm sure I've had this before, and it looks dreadful. Arctic Adventure. Obviously, it's not one you see too often. Looks pretty awful. I haven't even given it a go yet. Next up being Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles, which I do already own this. This might be a bit of a box upgrade, although I think my box is alright, but I know I don't have the stickers with mine. You got the Panini stickers, which I thought was pretty cool. So yeah, I'll probably just keep the stickers, compare the boxes, and then obviously move the other one on. But this is what I want to see. When I look into any sort of Amiga stuff, I very rarely just flip stuff for the money to invest again. I don't really do that. There's usually something in there that makes me want it, and then I sort of go out my way to get it. Other than just the money, and this was the this is what I wanted, and it's Hero Quest Return of the Witch Lord, which I believe is like I think it's like an add-on, I believe. Again, quote me if I'm wrong. I've never been into the Hero Quest games, like board games, Space Crusade stuff like that. But it's Gremlin. It's a Gremlin game, so yeah, I had to get it. It's all part of the Gremlin collection. And then last up, another one which I don't know too much about, but it's Humans 2, the Jurassic Levels. I believe it's its own game. It's not like an add-on to the original one. But I picked up Humans not too long ago in another bundle, so yeah, to have the sequel with it, yeah, if it's any good, let us know. I will give it a go. But yeah, think it looks alright. Condition's not amazing. There is a little bit of concaving, but it's not too bad. Okay, solid 7 on that. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna chop them over there. Right, then next up, what am I going to go with next? I'll go with this next bundle. This was actually quite cheap. I think I got the bundle for about I think it's about £103. And there was, I'm sure there was about 30 games in there, and I've sold a few of them on now. But yeah, I'm sure these are the ones I'm keeping. I might get rid of the last one. I'll show that one at the end. But this is the first one I reckon I'm going to keep. Bill Elliott NASCAR. I'm sure I've had this like back in the day. I don't remember having the big box of it, but I'm sure I played it. But I'm being a bit of a sucker with Konami again. I know obviously they was involved in Elite 2 The Frontier. And I find it so strange that having Konami on Amiga games, so I'll probably keep that, and it's all in nice condition as well. Next up being International Sports Challenge, which I remember having this in a compilation on the PC back in the day. But I don't remember playing it that much. I've 100% played it on PC, but I don't really remember too much about it. So I'm going to give that a go, because I do like a decathlon sort of Olympic game. This one, I don't really know. I've put this in the pile because I probably won't keep this. It's 1869. Looks a bit like a point and click, I believe, but it's not one I've seen that often. So I think that's why I've just put it in this pile, because I don't know anything about it. But really doesn't look like my sort of game. Next up, like, I'm really surprised I haven't. It's taken me this long to get this one in a bundle, and it's Captain Planet and the Planeteers. Bit of edge wear on this one, but all in all, it's not too bad. As long as if it's a solid box that's not crushed, I really don't mind a bit of edge wear. But obviously, I've had like 10 million of the small box editions that came with the Cartoons Classics, but yeah, never had the big box. So yeah, I'm quite happy with that. Next up, another game which is definitely staying in the collection, and it's PGA European Tour. And being an Ocean game, it has to stay. And this is another one I'm surprised I haven't got, because it's a really popular game. I know EA brought a PGA game out as well. I don't know. I think this might be the sequel. And I'm sure it got this is the AGA version. I'm sure it got the 500 version as well. I think it got CD32 version, I believe. Don't quote me on that. So yeah, definitely keeping that. And I'm loving playing my golf at the moment as well, so I'll definitely be giving that a go. So I do like the PGA games. And then last but not least, Roadkill, a top-down racer. In fact, I might load this up and give it a go. This is on the 1200, so I'll have to swap it over. Yeah, let's give it a quick go, because I do like the top-down racers, but I've never actually played this one. I own it on the CD32. Right, what we're going to be? Cannon Slam, Inferno. What do I like? I'll go with the Cannon. It sounds quite good. Oh man. It all seems to be loading smoothly at least. Racing hints: kill, inflict damage to enemy vehicles by ramming them into the sides of kill zones. What is qualifying. Whoa. Oh, Jesus. The TV's too. I'm sitting far too close to the TV. It's like right in my face. So that's qualifying. That was an awful lap. 8 from 9.
Good luck. You'll need it.
The sounds are really cool. I'm really impressed with the sounds.
Showtime.
I'd love to see a bit further ahead. So it's a little bit like micro machines, and I always found with micro machines that it helped to obviously know the race course. Oh, at least I'm first though. How am I first? I didn't know we take that many people, did I?
Last chance.
Jesus. I've got to finish first. Second, I'll take that. It's not a bad game to be fair. I think when you get to learn the courses, I mean, I'm guessing it's a 2-player game as well. Yeah, it's not too bad. Definitely going to keep that one. Let's move the box out of the way though. Yeah, not too bad. Pretty impressed with that. But next up, again, this was one of the main reasons I bought the bundle. Obviously, I wanted PGA Tour anyway, and the trouble is with that game, I don't think it's worth the postage. It's a really common game. I've been looking to get in a bundle for ages, and I knew that I wouldn't lose money on this bundle anyway. But the last game being, and what I really sort of bought it for, is Zach McCracken and the Alien Mindbenders. It's not in great condition though, and I sort of knew it wouldn't. Well, maybe I should have asked for more pictures. I mean, I still haven't lost out, but it's in pretty. It's pretty beaten up. I know it's a quite a fragile box anyway, but you see down there like one of the sort of ears have gone on it, and it's not complete either. I believe the original had like a newspaper print in there and all sorts. But this seems to have like a hint book and a manual and the discs. I might move that one. I might move that one back on. Let's put it down there actually, 'cause it's quite fragile. In fact, let's move these out of the way. So yeah, that's. I don't know yet. I might move Zach McCracken on. So what's next? We've got. I'll tell you what. Let's go with the ones. I bought a few games separately. These ones weren't in bundles. I say a few, probably about 10 of them. First up being, I actually showed this on one of my last pickups, I believe. Crystal Dizzy. What is it? Crystal Kingdom Dizzy. This one's really squashed. I knew it was quite squashed. But the big box version, which I showed last time on one of my last Amiga pickups, is actually quite sought after. And when I was looking into the Dizzy games, I've never really been a huge Dizzy fan, but I've actually got quite a lot of these size boxes. I think there was about 6 of them, and I was missing that one. Might be 6 or 7 of them actually, but I was also missing this one, and this one's in a lot better condition actually. Dizzy Panic. And as I say, both of these were under a tenner, I believe. I think that one was only about 6 or 7 quid, and this was about the same sort of price. So I thought, yeah, just get them all together. I don't mind paying that for them. Bit CD kicking in now. Next up, we've got, as part of the collection, the Elite collection and the Sega, is Tournament Golf. As I said earlier, I've been loving my golf recently. I've been out on the course during lockdown. and I gave this a good go actually. I think I played sort of 2 18 holes on there. It's not that great. I believe it's I think it's Arnold Palmer tournament golf on the Mega Drive. Not fantastic in my opinion. And then next up, same label, Elite and Sega, is World Championship Soccer. And again, I gave this one a good go as well, and I didn't like it. It wasn't that good at all. I think the less said about that, the better. But I know these both these games came in a double pack compilation, which I've got, and I was tempted to just keep that and just be like, well, I've got both games. But again, both of these were under a tenner posted as well. I think again around £8 each. So I do love that Elite label, that publisher. It brings back so many memories, and it's the inspiration for these pickups as well. These compilations, virtual reality. I know I own some of these as big box. I don't own Carrier Command, which I'm quite surprised of. It's not my sort of game, but it's a bit of an iconic Amiga game. Obviously Stunt Car Racer I've got, but I mean none of these are actually Elite games. The big boxes were never published by Elite, but the compilation was. So yeah, happy to have that. And then we've got this compilation, movie premiere. Again, there's only one Elite game on this one, and it's Gremlins 2, which, I mean, all these games are absolutely awful. I actually own this same compilation on the C64. Well, I've still got it. I will still have it up in the loft somewhere. And they're all rubbish on the C64 in my opinion as well. But it came in like a smaller box. It came in sort of that sort of size box. This game brings back a lot of nostalgia. Greens, again, another golf game. Loving my golf games. I remember my dad ordering this. He pre-ordered this from, it was a shop round, if anyone knows sort of Medway area, round Wells Road. There was a computer shop. They had done a lot of Amiga stuff in there. Because I always remember our original copy, which I have no idea what happened to it. There was like a little label on there, like Mr. Baker, like my dad's name on there. But I don't remember. I remember playing this quite a bit, but I also played Microprose Golf, which is, I'm pretty sure is the same game. It's got the same art. But I remember this having, or somebody saying this had like improvements. But if anyone knows, I might do a bit of research to be honest, because I don't know if it's just got different courses or the graphics are a little bit better. But when I was looking into it, it just looked like exactly the same game. So, but yeah, really, really good game, Green. It still holds up today, Greens. Really like that game. What should I go on to now? I'll tell you what, let's go on to more games I've been buying that I've been after for a while. Elite, let's stick with the Elite label. Bombjack. I really like the arcade game it is. This is alright, it's playable. I don't believe it's the best port. I've actually heard the Spectrum port's pretty good. But yeah, a game you don't see that often, Bombjack on the Amiga. I think that was about 40 quid, something like that, which I didn't think was a bad price. I thought I'd done quite well with it. And then going back to Gremlin, Hate. I believe I showed a budget version of this not too long ago, and I believe this could sort of be could be the another budget version. I mean, again, I could be wrong, but I think it might have come in a box like this, like a medium-sized box. Anyone know? Hit me up in the comments. But it's not bad. It's a bit like a predecessor to Viewpoint, like an isometric shooter, I suppose. Obviously not as good as Viewpoint, but it's all right. Sticking with Gremlin, Switchblade. I wouldn't believe how hard this is to get on the Amiga. I've got the sequel, and the sequel's quite easy to get, but yeah, to get it for the Amiga is pretty tough. Pretty tough to find it. I actually think out of all the publishers I'm trying to get sort of full collections for, Gremlin, I believe, is going to be one of the hardest. I know obviously Psygnosis has got like Arena and Braticus quite hard to get hold of, and even Deep Space seems to be quite hard to get hold of. But Gremlin, there's some games, honestly, I don't even know if they're even released. It's really, really, really tough. How many games we've got left? We've got probably about 10 games left. Let's go on to this bundle down here. I know this was a game that Jamie Morgan picked up recently, and I believe he paid a lot less than I did. It was eBay purchase. The guy had quite a few games on there, and I ended up getting 4, but sending 1 back. To be like looking at it, I probably should have sent 2 of them back, and you'll see why in a minute. But this one's Minsky's The Abduction, and I'd never heard of it. And every time, I've said it a million times, every time I see a game for the Amiga that I've never heard of, or doesn't look familiar, I'm on it. I'm like, what is that about? I've got to see what it's about. And it's basically Puyo Puyo, and it's not bad either. Really late release. I think it was like 97, 96. Yeah, really late Amiga release, and yeah, it's Puyo Puyo. It's playable. Don't particularly mind it. Next up, we've got, and this is the one I should have sent back really, Virocop. The condition of it is absolutely awful. And to be fair, it didn't look as bad in the pics. I'll tell you, I'm going to load it up. I'm going to show you why I didn't send it back. Because the game is fantastic. I mean, look, it's all been taped together and all sorts. It's absolutely awful. But it's a really, really playable game that I'll definitely upgrade at some point. Right, so this is Virocop. It says the 1200 version. I believe it got a 500 version. But it's a really playable little sort of shooter. I know Graph Gold has got a good reputation of doing good games. Part of Houston. And it's basically, yeah, you're this little robot collecting things. No, good. And basically you've got to shoot certain aliens, these ones. You shoot that alien, then that'll go down to 6, and you pick that up before that goes. Avoid these balls. Jump over there. Another one, really decent music as well. Go to these, I believe it. Some of those will save like your progress. Oh, it's these ones. There you go. Do pretty stuff in there if I die. Whoa. Beating up like a pool ball. We're back. We've got 5 more of them alien things to get rid of. Here's another one. Oh. Oh, my energy's not doing great. Oh. Let me get around all these. Bad. They sort of pick your energy back up, those. Another one. Respawn point. Nothing up there. Golf ball's coming out. That's a good one. Yeah, it's just a really quick game. I do like it. Absolutely gutted it's in such poor condition, really. But I will get it. Again, I would say another like quite uncommon one though. It's not one you see that often. Those. That. Ah. Annoying. Where am I? I'll go down there, haven't I? Idiot. Push me back. Just got to shoot that guy, comes it up, and then that's the exit. Yeah, really, I like it. I think it's a pretty cool game. As I say, absolutely gutted that it doesn't work. Well, sorry, it does work. It's in poor condition. But moving on, this was the last game I got from the same seller, and it's a game I've had before and sold, like obviously by accident. And it's Odyssey. Again, this one it's not in fantastic condition, but it's good enough for me. It's good enough for me. Don't get me wrong. If I find a better one, I'll upgrade it. But it's a really decent game, Odyssey. For those that don't know, it's a bit like an action platformer, where you sort of change into different animals to sort of progress through the levels. Yeah, really cool game. Yeah, I'll definitely be giving that one a go at some point. How many games are left? Right, 6 games left. We're almost there. This bundle came from Lee Thornley, and I couldn't believe this one. It was on Facebook Marketplace, Facebook Retro Realm, I believe. And Pete, on a retro tip, he tagged me in it because this guy was looking for valuations, and I'm not really sure what the etiquette is with valuations posts. I know with certain other forums you don't start sort of offering or anything like that because it's a valuations post, but I looked at it and let them know what I thought, and Lee Thornley ended up buying it. It was over his way anyway. It was nowhere near me, but I missed the game in there. And I think if I'd seen that game, I 100% would have been trying to get that game and trying to do a deal for that, because it wouldn't have taken much to send it. Do you know what I mean? I could maybe have done that. I wouldn't have driven all the way out. I'm sure it was like Coventry. I wouldn't have driven that far to get this bundle, but because I was getting that game, I thought I'll ask for about a few of the others from Lee, and Lee he's well, he'll always do me a deal. But yeah, so we've got 5 games. First one being Sonic Boom. This a Sega game, part of the Sega collection, so needed it in my collection, but I wasn't overly bothered when I saw it in that bundle because it's quite a common game. So yeah, I just these games were all sort of bonuses. Like, it's the last game I'll show you. That was the one I really wanted. But this next one, Elfmania, it's a fighter. Again, not particularly uncommon, but you do see it. I quite like the sort of Japanese inspiration in it, but it's not a great game. As you can imagine, most fighters on the Amiga with one button is not that great. This one's an upgrade because my one wasn't bad. I know I picked it up not too long ago, but it had writing on the inside of the box, which I didn't notice. So yeah, that one's literally just a box upgrade. And then Space Crusade again, as part of the same sort of Hero Quest series. Not a game I'm really that into. Well, I've never been into like the ball games, but it's Gremlin, so yeah, it's got to be in the collection with Hero Quest 2 and that one as well. So I've got all the Hero Quest games now, I believe. But this was the game I really wanted. Dogs of War. The case has got a crack on it, but we can replace cases. I've got loads of cases laying around. But fantastic game this. In fact, let's get her on. We've got to get her on. So Dogs of War, and that's a game that Retro TNT absolutely loves this. And it is a decent game, and it's very it's definitely one that the full release is hard to get hold of. But it is a pretty cool game. It's like a Commando clone, but one that you have to sort of pick your own weapons and ammo. I'm sure I pressed 1 now. I hope I haven't picked 2. There you go. You pick all your missions. I'm only going to have a quick go because I'm not very good at it, to be honest. Let's just go with that. So there you buy your weapons. I always quite like this minigun. And then you have to buy the ammo for it, so it's the 10mm. Where is it? I don't know, these ones here. Just get plenty of those. I'm just going to shoot everything. Let's just have a quick go. Oh, what an idiot. Good start. It is a tough game, I will say that. I think it's one of those games actually that benefits if you go quite slowly. A bit like Double Dragon used to be, just get a few enemies on at a time. But yeah, it's got great music, don't get me wrong, it's not a must-have game, but it's definitely my sort of game. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Game. I've really got to give it some time and get good at it. There's so many different weapons as well. Multi-directional scrolling. I quite like the mechanic. If you hold the button, you can sort of spin your character right round. Jesus, that is it, game over. That is a tough game. Love it though, absolutely awesome game. But anyway, Dogs of War, another Elite game. Right, so that brings us nicely on to the last pickup. I've been after this game for the longest time. Quite sought after, quite expensive. Another Elite published game, arcade port as well, so I'm obviously going to love it. It's Ghosts and Goblins by Capcom. Lovely Capcom. Yeah, it was an eBay purchase over in Belgium, I believe. The guy wanted a pretty penny for it though, and I did haggle him down because it's got the wrong disc in it. It's got Finale. That's from the compilation, which apparently I believe this is the complete game. I believe the release that came with this box is unfinished in some way. I don't know the ins and outs, but I remember reading it on one of the groups. So yeah, really happy to have it finally. It's a game that just keeps going up and up in value, and there's actually not many Elite games I'm after now. So yeah, it's a big chunk out of the Elite collection. So that's it, guys, for this week. I'm going to probably do a game room update next because I've got loads of other little pickups from consoles and arcade bits as well. So until then, YouTube, I'll catch you next time.